says we're preparing, but again, we probably are already live, but we'll just smile until it tells us we're there.
Oh, the new world we live in.
All right, I think we are live now. So welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name's Amy. I'm a program assistant at Bagot, and today Lisa is joining me. Lisa is our volunteer and event coordinator. So it is National Volunteer Week, and so I thought, what better time than to have Lisa join us today? Lisa, why don't you tell us what you do as the volunteer and event coordinator?
Well, hello, and I'm so excited to be here today for Wellness Wednesday. Okay, Amy. Well, as the volunteer and event coordinator, I do a little bit of everything. So, one of my first things is, of course, to recruit new volunteers. And then once we recruit them, we do some type of orientation so they get to know Bagot and what we're all about. Most of them come to Bagot, of course, knowing about us, but it's really nice to give them kind of information that goes back from when Sherry, our founder, started the organization. So that's one of the things that we do in preparing them to better understand their role. Then once we have them trained and kind of orientated, there's kind of two ways they can go. A lot of our group is very hands-on group, so they help us with many projects. They have, work any like office workday projects, or we have our events, which they help us with and plan and coordinate with us. They also, if they want to take a different route, they also can go into ambassador training. And what that is they help us go into the community and spread the good word about Bagot at health and wellness fairs, at runs, into any small groups that want somebody to come and speak to their group. So there's a lot of avenues that they can go, and it's really whatever they're comfortable with and whatever they choose. And then I coordinate it all. So if I get a work project, I put an all-out shout. Whoever wants to come, we kind of have a date and a scheduled time and a meeting place, and they come and help us that way. Or if it's an event and it fits into their schedule, we coordinate them being they're manning the table at the vendor table for any of these activities. As you know, it's been slow for in person, but we're getting back there, and we've been invited to a lot, and it's so wonderful to have the volunteers be able to help us with that, because as a small staff, that many hands it takes. And so for them to be able to help us and on the weekends or in the evenings to be at these is a great help to Bagot.
And we have some amazing volunteers. I just have to say
Oh,
that.
yes,
I have to throw that out there. I was going to say, what are some of the ways they can help? But you definitely covered a lot of that and a lot of the different ways that they can help. And like you said, and I think it's important to point out, even again, it's on your time. So, I mean, it will have things, we contact you, right? Or you contact them and say, here's what we have. Can you help? And if you can't, we understand. We're not going to track you down and go, no, you're a volunteer, get in here.
Well, we also have a couple other avenues, which I didn't mention because they take a certain skill, of course. We do have groups and individuals that do crochet and knitting of chemo caps for us. And so those are always wonderful to receive, because Bagot does give their chemo caps in all the bags that we do during the winter months. So it's very nice to have that. And we never stop taking them. So we love to have the surplus when it comes to those winter months. And so continuing those, and we have a few individuals, like I said, and some groups that do those. And then we also have a need for some type of translators. Spanish has been the biggest one that we've had the need for, and those skills, again, it's pretty defined and it's a limited, but they're always wonderful to be able to, help us translate and understand some of the Spanish materials that we get.
Awesome. And we do provide the pattern for the caps.
Yes.
I did put that out there in case somebody's like, well, I wouldn't know what I was doing.
Yep.
Crochet, we give you the pattern and you follow that. So
yes.
And those go out, especially in the winter months. They go out in our bags, and it's great for patients to receive those. So do we currently have a need for volunteers?
Oh, Amy, we always need volunteers. We always need volunteers. And again, if you know us well, you know that Bagot is a small staff, and so the more hands that we can have means, a lot of different things. It helps us get through our work projects faster if we have more hands. It enables us to get out in the community and spread the word of Bagot more than what the staff can facilitate. So always would love to have new volunteers. We just recently had an orientation, and so we will, now that, it was always in person, but if anything, we've learned how to do it on Zoom and be active and to be able to do that and offer that instead of having to come in person. So the idea is maybe then to have them, more than the one time a year. And so always looking for that, and a ambassador training. Again, like I said, we've been on nothing happening, and then just recently in March and April, and we always know that September, October, and November are busy months too. So we'll have a need for that. So they can, there's a couple ways they can reach us. They can call our office number, and I'm at extension 3, or they can go on our website and get all the information there. There actually is a form there that you can fill out that comes to me, and I connect soon after with you, and kind of, it's basically easier to have a phone conversation, just because I love to talk to people, and it's much more easier than going back and forth on email. So I always ask if we can have a phone conversation, and that way they can get to know me and Bagot, and I can get to know exactly what their interests are. So we can kind of go from there. But the best thing is to ask any volunteer or staff member. They can kind of guide you in the right way. We've had a couple people that I've known who, our volunteers for us have been volunteers, and how they get their friends and family to join and help us. And that's always wonderful too.
Awesome. So yeah, so you can go to our website, bagotcancer.org. They can contact you. They can put a comment on this video, and I'll make sure that Lisa gets that information and knows how to get in touch with you, or send us an email and let us know that you're interested, and we'll get you signed up. Just so you know, because it is National Volunteering Week and this is Wellness Wednesday, we always need to talk about why it helps us to volunteer. And the Mayo Clinic has kind of 3 things that they show are the top reasons in their research. And the first one is the health benefits is that it improves your physical and mental health, which reduces stress. And 2, it provides a sense of purpose and teaches us valuable skills. And that's good at any time in our life, but definitely as we get older, sometimes we can get a little complacent with using our brains. And it's good to volunteer and fill that time. And the last thing is it nurtures new and existing relationships, like Lisa was talking about. People get their friends involved, which is great. So or you just make new friends. We're always looking for good friends. So there's just 3 reasons why it will be helpful to you to volunteer with us. So again, if you are interested, let us know. If you are one of our current volunteers and you want to go in the comments and talk about how amazing it is to volunteer for Bagot, we would greatly appreciate that. Other than that, thank you, Lisa, for joining us.
Well, just
week.
one more thing, Amy,
Okay.
is just, again, the past years have been really hard on all of us. And so we really, are really appreciative the ones that have stuck with us, because
Yes.
there has been a lot, and then there was nothing. And so we're just getting back started. And it's so great to see that, we haven't lost many people during this time. And so get back at it and come join us. So thank you
Yes.
all.
Thank you so much for all you do. And we will see you next week. Bye.
All righty. Bye-bye.